For most anime lovers, One Piece has been a lengthy ride. With almost 900 chapters and 800 episodes, you know the tale has to be engaging. There have been many long anime series in the past, but One Piece has always reigned supreme with its never-ending arcs packed of incredible detail and drama. There are so many colorful characters and little, individual stories that add up to form a larger picture. World building has always been a great component of the series. Number 1. Many questioned if the Straw Hat's new companion, Princess Vivi, would truly consider joining the crew after a long and adventurous adventure. However, she ultimately determines that she cannot go and neglect the needs of her people. She passionately informs the crew over a loudspeaker as they sail away, asking if they will still consider her a friend no matter how many years pass. Because the Marines are observing, Nami warns them that if they respond, she would be deemed a criminal. To demonstrate sympathy with her, the crew secretly raises their arms with a X imprinted on their wrists, rather than naming her an outlaw. It was difficult to leave her behind, but it was also incredible that they could express their friendship with such a simple act. Number 2. Fishmen and humans have never really gotten along. Hostility is ingrained in the One Piece world's past. Fisher Tiger took in Koala, a young girl enslaved by the world nobles, as a symbol of that healing. He kept his pledge to bring her home, but soon discovered that he'd been misled by the people there. They were promised that in exchange for giving him to the Marines, they could ignore Koala belonging to the world nobles. Many of his crewmates wanted to avenge him and inform Fishman Island what had happened on his deathbed, but he refused. He wanted a future where children like Koala might grow up without understanding the hate between humans and fishmen. It took a lot to watch this moment and not feel his enthusiasm and all the contradictory feelings that were present. Number 3. The account of the Dressrosa arc was especially tragic. At first glance, it appears to be this lovely place where romance reigns supreme. The Straw Hat crew, on the other hand, gradually learns the truth about what happened in Dressrosa. Doflamingo forced the king to slaughter his own people, with soldiers committing atrocities on the innocent on the left and right, unable to stop themselves. Then he utilized Sugar's abilities to convert people into toys, so that they would be forgotten while their families went on with their lives without them. Rebecca, the king's granddaughter, was one such person who had no idea her father Kairos had been observing her as a toy soldier the entire while. Everyone cried during the reunion at the end of the arc because it was so touching. Number 4. When we initially met Nami, we had no idea about her past. She appeared to be your average thief. She is, however, enslaved to the Arlong crew, and the shark-like tattoo on her shoulder has branded her to them. She acts as their navigator, drawing numerous maps, but she also steals in order to one day earn her freedom. This occurred after she offered herself to the same people who murdered her adopted mother, Belmere, in order to save the rest of the tribe. When we see her puncture the tattoo on her shoulder, we realize how much anguish and sorrow she's endured. Number 5. This happened earlier in the series, but it was undoubtedly one of the saddest events in One Piece. During Luffy's struggle with the buggy pirates in the beginning of our trip, we come across a small dog named Cho-Cho. The dog defends a pet shop at all hours of the day and night since it belonged to Hawker, his late owner. He defends it even when Richie and Moji, members of Buggy's group, arrive to burn it down. It was heartbreaking to see this small dog's house and last memory of his owner burned to ash. Fortunately, we learn 2 years later that Cho-Cho has reopened with a new pet food store with the mayor of Orange Town. Number 6. After learning that the Mary is irreparably ruined, Luffy resolves to give her a dignified funeral. Usopp is adamant about keeping the ship because it was a gift from Kaya and holds so many memories for her. He swears he can still cure her, but everyone knows she's irreparable. Nonetheless, Usopp fights harder than he has ever before. In the end, Luffy triumphs, but Usopp keeps the Mary. However, he abandons both the ship and Usopp. Luffy weeps, Usopp weeps, and the entire audience weeps at this heartbreaking moment. Number 7. Whitebeard was a prominent pirate on the high seas, and his death marked the end of an era. There were a lot of things that led up to Akainu and Blackbeard's demise, but there were also a lot of emotions that would follow soon after. He was Ace's adoptive father, and he had some parting words for him. Whitebeard would die battling, proclaiming that someone like Blackbeard would never succeed Goldie Roger, and that One Piece did exist. It's always difficult to lose a popular character, but knowing how much Whitebeard meant to the pirate community, and to Ace, was even harder. Do you agree with our lists? Or did we miss something? Comment it out below.
Number 1.